I saw this as I was drifting off to sleep last night in bed, and it was on the Jack Cocherella show. And normally, I like the kid. I mean, I watch him. He's usually got good information. I like his takes. But last night, he pissed me off. This is from the Daily Mail, okay? They looked for people that had known Ghislaine Maxwell in prison. They looked for these people. This person that they gave this statement to the Daily Mail, she didn't just come out of the woodwork and say, give me money, I have really good juicy stuff. No, they found her. And this was the worst she had to say. I mean, it's really mild until it gets to the juicy part about her having information on Trump, which we all know she does. Jesus. So, the exclusive Daily Mail. I heard Ghislaine tell inmate she had dirt on Trump. Sex trafficker's ex-cellmate gives extraordinary glimpse into Maxwell's life behind bars and reveals why her hygiene caused complaints. Oh, that's funny. Laura Sharman. I mean, when I first went to prison and I would hear the way the women talked, like they'd say, God, wash your ass, bitch. Like all the harsh language and because, that's why I picked it up, to be honest. And I wasn't a saint before I, went on a bank robbery spree in the 90s, but I didn't cuss as much. I picked up a lot of my rough edges in prison, I will say that. So, the first time that Catherine Camoli laid eyes on Ghislaine Maxwell was when the convicted sex trafficker was about to enter the isolation unit at Tallahassee Prison in the autumn of 2022. Isolation is like SHU. It's like special housing unit. It's like the hole where you go for punishment. She was just standing there in an orange jumpsuit and orange flip-flops with handcuffs behind her back and a guard on both sides. She was looking down at the ground, tense and angry. She had just been strip searched, which involves squatting naked and coughing to make sure that you don't have any contraband concealed inside your person. In your pursy. I'm sorry. Couldn't help it. Oh, gosh. Anyway. So for more than 3 months, she slept a few feet away from Maxwell at the notorious Florida jail. I heard some female inmates shouting, oh, here comes Maxwell. Here comes that big money bitch. And I thought to myself, oh, God, there she is. What is she doing in this hellhole? She's a sex trafficker. That's what she's doing in this hellhole. Jesus. Anyway, but Maxwell stayed cool, calm, and collected. That was the way she was. Her golden rule seemed to be that she would keep herself to herself. She probably talked to a prison consultant. I could make big money as a prison consultant. You stick to yourself. That's what you do. Read books. Read yourself through your time. Don't get involved in the bullshit. They first saw each other in that isolation unit shortly after Camoli arrived in Tallahassee. Maxwell, 63, had already been at the prison for a few months, but had to spend a night in the unit as punishment for talking to the media without permission from the Federal Bureau of Prisons. I didn't realize that was a thing, that you had to have permission, but it makes sense. They only gave her one night in the hole for that? Wow, that's interesting. Both women slept on their respective bottom bunks. B South was a horseshoe-shaped room made up of sleeping cubes divided by shoulder-height concrete walls. There were 140 inmates in the dorm. Each section had 2 bunk beds with lockers in the middle, but no privacy whatsoever. Camoli, 44, was serving 6 years for conspiracy to distribute and possess with intent to distribute methamphetamine. After her arrest in September 2020, she served 2 years of her sentence in Tallahassee and was released last August. While most of us would watch TV, cook noodles, listen to the radio, or play cards, Maxwell just laid on her bed reading. It was hot and sweaty, and any time it rained, we'd have to take maxi pads and put them into cracks in the ceiling so we didn't get wet, says Camoli. There were just 4 toilets for 140 of us, and they were always getting blocked. We'd put a garbage bag over them and just wait until somebody got around to fixing them, anywhere from a week to a month. Camoli says it was common knowledge among inmates that Maxwell did not aim to serve her full 20-year sentence, and instead had hoped to get a pardon from then U.S. President Joe Biden in exchange for information about Donald Trump in the lead-up to the 2024 election. I heard her tell another inmate that she had dirt on Trump and that was going to get her a pardon from Biden. I guess Biden's camp just didn't want to go down that route. No, they didn't. They wouldn't. Biden wouldn't do that. Biden just wouldn't do that. Trump would do that. That's what Trump is all about, okay? That's why he got indicted as many times as he did and is still facing outgoing charges. A RICO charge for trying to steal the 2020 election, trying to subvert the vote of the Georgia people. That's still ongoing. So And there's another state case that's still ongoing. So he's not out of the ballpark yet. That's why he has to stay in power. So he can't go to prison, you know. I mean, I'd rather just face my punishment, but not people like that. They will do anything they can to escape accountability, I swear. I swear. Anything they can to escape accountability. And I was watching this on the Jack Coacharella show, and you know, I like the kid, I watch his content, but he really pissed me off last night when he went into this diatribe about, but can we even believe her? She's a criminal. How do you, Jack Coacharella, how do you think most criminals get indicted? By witnesses, by people that snitch on them, which means snitches are criminals too. But that's how the Department of Justice gets indictments against people all the time, okay? You weigh the worth of the testimony against the character of the person testifying. So, yeah, we know she's a crook. She was in prison for conspiracy and intent to distribute methamphetamine is why she was in prison. We know that now, see, because the article said so. So we know she's a crook. Big deal. She could have said a lot of different things here. She could have said so many other things here. I hope she makes the media tour, because I'd like to see interviews of her so that I can base my opinion on the person that she is, not her past, and not to re-stigmatize her as a criminal like you had no problem doing, Mr. Jack Coacharella, Mr. Progressive content creator on YouTube. Progressive. But liberal? Do you liberal much, Jack Coacharella? It doesn't seem like you do. It seems like you get your little tiny pants in a wad about people once they've done their debt to society, not giving them any mercy. I've seen that now from you, Jack Coacharella, and I will remember. At any rate, this is what she said. She said that she told people that she had no intent of serving out this 20-year sentence, that she had information. In her world, in those worlds, information is gold. And that's the same information that she's withholding right now. That same information is what got Ghislaine Maxwell transferred from that shithole federal prison to a pretty nice federal camp, where she now can get access to a phone. She can bribe a guard. She can just get a car and drive away at this point if she wants. I mean, I'd be worried about my life, because people around this case are just dropping like flies, it seems like, but, you know, what the fuck do I know? I'm just some nut job on social media, right? And I'm a crook too, so, you know, according to Jack Coacharella, probably can't, you know, believe anything I say either, so, yeah. Oh, Jack Coacharella, you just didn't do yourself any favors with that one. And I know I'm not going to be the only one that has that take, that you are just really less than generous showing empathy or mercy or grace to anyone who's been through our federal justice system and come out the other side after serving their debt to society. At any rate, that's my 2 cents, my 4 cents, my 6 cents, and I'm broke. I'll see you guys later. Take care of yourselves. I love you guys.